Choo choo, bitches. It's the Jaking Off Show. The Jaking Off Show is brought to you by you, my fellow patrons. Now, without you guys, your contributions and donations would not make the Jaking Off Show where it is right now. Because of this, I am able to upload up to 6 hours of content per month through Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And I can't thank you guys enough. Thank you so much for doing this. Now, if you would like to become a patron and help make the Jaking Off Show grow as a podcast and as a entertainment type thing, you can click the link in the description below if you're watching on YouTube, or if you're just listening, go to patreon.com/jakingoffshow and find out how you can donate as little as $1 a month, or $3 or $5, or whichever amount you think is worth donating to, and you can help make the podcast grow into what I want it to be. One long-term goal is another camera, a mixer for more than one microphone to be working at a time for a guest, or office space. And these are long-term goals. This isn't going to happen overnight. We're gonna keep doing this and keep getting better at doing this until I am satisfied with the way things are going. Now, that's the first topic of discussion is knowledge. I lack knowledge on some how-tos on how to do things. So I recorded an episode with a very good friend of mine who's a filmmaker and editor, and I got to borrow some of his equipment to record an episode with him. I used his camera and hooked up my other microphone to his camera, and I got video and audio on both sides. Now, what I don't know how to do is edit. I can plug this microphone into that camera and talk into it and upload the footage to the laptop behind me. I can do that much. But what I don't know how to do is how do I put this? I don't know how to alternate cuts. I don't know how to edit. I don't know how to put it into words even. I'm not good at the technical jargon of this whole thing. So I came into this idea thinking, I'm going to start a podcast. I have all these ideas. I'm going to do all this stuff. And I've hit a roadblock. I've hit a pretty significant roadblock in this move. And does it mean I give up? No. Does it mean I have to learn more about how I want to go about doing this? Yes. Is it going to take a lot of time? Yes. So when I opened up my laptop and started dropping footage in, I looked at what I was doing and I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. And I got overwhelmed, I got blocked, and I stopped because I don't want to waste my time stressing out and getting angry or getting frustrated not knowing how to do something. So instead of getting pissed off, I'm just going to stick with what I know right now, and I will learn how to do this better the more I keep doing it. And that's my only strategy right now. And the same thing is also with stand-up. By the way, I have a show coming up at Flappers next Monday. If you want to buy tickets to that show, there's another link in the description if you're watching on YouTube. But if you're just listening, go to flappers.com, go to the calendar, go to August 26th, Manic Mondays. Tickets are $10. But if you're watching on YouTube, there's a link in the description to get a discount on that. So if you're watching / listening on YouTube, definitely do that. You'd be doing yourself a great service if you came to one of my shows and just have a good laugh, have a good time. But enough about that. So I've been doing comedy hard for about almost 9 months now, and I'm learning how to get better every time I do it. There's no school, there's no classes, that I'm taking or anything like that. I'm literally just doing it because I love doing it, and there's nothing that can stop me. There's roadblocks for sure. You bomb, you get down on yourself, and you start questioning, do I want to do this? Like, for example, a couple days ago, I did a show, and I learned that I didn't read the room as well as I wanted to. So my material is my particular set that night was more on the graphic side. I was talking about eating pussy on the rag and all that stuff, and it was a little shocking and a little gross out. I got some giggles for my other stuff, but it didn't resonate well with the crowd, and I did okay, but I didn't do the best I could because I didn't read the room. It's mostly old folks in the audience, but I definitely got remembered. That's for damn sure. You know, I wasn't the best, but I know I wasn't forgotten, certainly. And you just keep going, and you just keep getting on stage. That's all I know. That's all I want to do, and people are gonna think like, oh, this is a fun little hobby. Like, I guess, but I like doing it, and it's not for the money or anything. That comes later. And I'll just do this till I die. You know, I want to do this as a living eventually. The money comes later, but it's really, this is my calling. I think it really is. And this is going to be weird to say, but there were some synchronicities going on that made me want to get back into this. A friend of mine, a coworker who is also a friend of mine. His mom is a well-known actor and comedian, and she was one of the people that taught me the basic fundamentals of comedy at the Laugh Factory way back when I was 14 years old, and bumped into her again at my day job, and I was like, "Hey, have we met?" And she was like, I don't know, have you seen me in something? And I was like, no, we've met. And it was just it was crazy, and it was just a sign pointing to get back into this. I had been thinking about doing it over the last couple of years, and I kind of pussyfooted it last year. I got diagnosed with ulcerative colitis, and I'm trying to climb out of it and get better at it. That basically meant eating cleaner. I stopped drinking, and that was a real problem too, because I was so bummed out with myself and all that stuff, and I put my foot down, and I was like, I have to stop. I have to stop drinking. I have to stop eating like crap. I have to exercise. I talked about this a little bit in my talk with Shada at Peak Performance and Recovery. That place saved my life. I can't stress that enough. I was in such a bad place. The symptoms of the colitis had started about a month before, and I really thought, oh, I just ate bad food. But it never went away, and something was definitely wrong, and I was going to die. I was going to die. And I had to turn it around because there was... the bad habits just had to stop. So I cut drinking cold turkey, and I haven't had a drop since. And I don't miss it. I certainly don't miss being drunk. I really don't. I'm done with it. It's over. Does that make me less interesting? Some people think that, which is kind of sad. all of a sudden, I didn't want to hang out with my friends because I had just been shitting every hour on the hour, and it was just so bad. And I eventually got a colonoscopy, and I got everything checked out, and the doctor was like, yeah, you have a problem here, and you need to turn your life around, otherwise you are going to die. And I was like, I was right. I was going to die. So I had to turn that around, and I had to somehow manage this problem and do what I want to do, which is entertain people and make people laugh. I get a great joy out of doing that, and yeah, it's what I want to do. And there was I listened to podcasts about comedy, and I had been listening to health podcasts about staying in shape and being fit and eating the right stuff and like learning how to curb this. Michael Rappaport, the actor, also has this, so I'm thinking, if he could get through it, I could get through it. There's no way that this is not going to stop me from doing this. So it's been a very slow climb, but 9 months ago, I was not doing this podcast. I was not doing comedy. I was just working at my day job and being a loser and, saving money for a rainy day, saving money for whatever, I don't know, passport, car, something. And, excuse me, I had to get my life together. So I'm focusing on what's making me happy, and that's what's important in life. I don't care where I'm at financially. I don't care what other people think. I do not give a flying fuck whether someone laughs at my jokes or not. Every bomb is a learning experience. I'm going to say I bombed 2 shows in a row. I certainly got a couple of giggles and I turned some heads for sure. But I learned from it, and I'm a student of the game. I'm going to go to a show tonight. I'm just going to watch. And I'm going to observe and report. That's what stand-up to me is. Observe and report. I look at things in life. I look at my experiences, and I try to spin it in a funny way, or I tell a funny story, or, some nuance thing or whatever. Online dating, my life, not knowing my dad, shit like that. And trying to spin bad things into good things, because I do that naturally. I try to take the bad shit in life and try to make it funny, because it's honestly how I cope with tragedy. For example, my aunt got in a motorcycle accident a couple years ago, and she lost her leg and her husband in the process. It was awful. It was terrible. I cried for her that she lost her husband and that she had lost literally a piece of herself. And it was just this horrible thing. And a couple months later, I went to go visit her, and I was like, hey, let's go bar hopping. just stupid, And she laughed. She thought it was really funny. But it's how we deal with things. My family's certainly a bag of mixed nuts, as she puts it. And it's just how I cope. Humor is how I cope. And another thing in terms of knowledge or lack thereof is marketing. Marketing, you have to get the word out for the stuff that you want to do. You need to get people to pay attention, and that's, have a, morph your social media into more of a business type of thing to get people to pay attention. Make posters, do, promote to the point where it's almost annoying. And I certainly, this is going to sound fucked up, but I've found it annoying when I hear, when I get notifications or posts from other people saying, oh, donate to my web series or contribute to my short film. And it's like really selfish and fucked up for me to go, you'll do fine on your own. And everybody out here is after the same thing. Everybody out here in this town is trying to be an artist, or trying to be a comedian, or trying to be a musician, or an actor, or whatever. And everyone's just trying to get each other to like their shit and be supportive. And, I want to do that for my friends who are artists. But at the same time, I also have to focus on me. And that's also what everybody else is doing. And that's kind of what makes getting the word out sort of difficult, is that a like or a share, it means absolutely nothing because it's not an ass in a seat. And I've done the math. I have posted about a podcast episode that I release, and I notice that there's an amount of plays that are on the podcast, and I'll see 2 plays, and one of them is from me, and the other's probably from my mom. And people will like and share and all that stuff, but do they listen? No. I know who you are. It's not enough. I need motherfuckers to listen to me. I'm interesting, damn it. And that's another thing, is that there's thousands, if not millions, of podcasts everywhere, covering a wide variety of topics, and this one is one of so many, and this is today's do you want to open up a bar? Or do you want to start a web series? Or do you want to start a sketch show? Do you want to start a podcast? It's just another one of those trendy things that, and people want to be like Joe Rogan, or people want to be like Neil deGrasse Tyson, or people want to be like Joey Diaz, and these are just some people that I look up to, and Joe Rogan's just Oprah, but for guys. But I'm not him, I don't want to be him. I don't want to copy him. And people have asked me, like, you're wearing a leather jacket and a headband and a metal shirt at these shows. Are you trying to be like Sam Kinison or Andrew Dice Clay? I'm like, no, I'm trying to be me. I just happen to dress like them and have a little bit of their style. And that's not even because, like, I take after them. I've only heard one Sam Kinison bit, and it's something along the lines of like him breaking up with a chick, and he's like, I want my records back, I want my fucking records back, he's like crazy. And Andrew Dice Clay with his hickory dickory dock, like, some of my material is graphic, and it's for shock value, not for shock value, but shocking, because I want to turn heads, especially at bar shows where people don't know that comedy is happening. So I ate this girl's pussy on her period. What? What did he just say? Okay, it's not funny, but now you have my attention. Okay, continue. And, I don't have a real strategy. I don't know how to put it into words. I just want to do it. That's all that matters. That's all that matters to me. So far, right now, I'm frustrated with how I want to go about doing this. This definitely seemed a lot better in my head, that I was going to have, a guest sitting across from me where the other microphone is, and we talk, and we just chat. That's it. But when I recorded the episode with Marlon, I had a camera over there, I had a camera right here, and both microphones were connected to the camera, and I got audio, and I got video, and it's sitting right there, and all I have to do is put it together. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to execute that. So I'm staring at the screen, scratching my nuts, going, how the fuck do I jump cut? There's symbols, there's markings, there's all this shit. I know how to cut and splice and copy and paste. I could do like the bare bones of editing, but I don't know how to color grade. I don't know how to do anything. I flew into this completely blind, and that's what caused this roadblock that I'm at right now, is that I really don't know what I'm doing. I'm just doing it. And I'm going to keep doing it until I don't suck so much. Because I suck right now. I'll tell you that much. I'm going to be honest. And those who know me well, I'm very hypercritical and I'm very self-critical on anything that I do. Is that I sell myself short a lot in all aspects of my life because I'm not a confident person. But what I am confident in is just rinse, wash, repeat. Just keep doing it, man. People will tell you, oh, you ain't shit. You know, you're not good at this. You suck. You know, I'm not going to listen to anybody else. I'm only going to listen to me, and that's all that matters. I'm just going to keep going. People, I'll accept feedback. I'll take criticism. You know, I could learn from it. I don't know how to make a logo. I don't know. You know, I could make business cards and shit and fucking network and at a show and tell people good job, but not to be annoying or constantly bombard people with show dates, because I know it gets annoying and I understand that, but it's all I know how to do. And it's all I want to do, and that's it, and that's that, and I just wanted to get that off my chest. Shameless plug. You know, I have a show next Monday at Flappers. Like I said at the beginning, links in the description for that. If you want to get tickets to that and watch me talk shit for 5 minutes. And that's it. That's all I wanted to talk about, really, is just get the word out and vent out my frustrations and just keep trucking. If you're listening to this and you're at a roadblock in life, and you're depressed, you're going to sleep for 12 hours and think it over, you know, just know that if you give up, then you lost. You lost. You just have to keep going. If you find yourself down, just know that tomorrow's another day. Next week you start fresh. It's back to zero. As long as you keep doing something and you're not sitting around on the couch all day wondering what could have been, because there's no fucking $1 million check that's going to come in the mail. Nothing's going to happen to you. Nothing's going to fall into place. You know, it's not like, you know, one of those multi-level marketing recruiters like, hey, I have a great business idea that you could be a part of and you can make a lot of money really easily from home. Guess what? That if it's too good to be true, it ain't. And just keep doing what you're doing and be happy while you're doing it, whether that's making films and losing money doing it, or just trying to get your shit out. Just keep doing it. That's it. That's fucking it. And no one can tell you what to do. You just got to do you. And people will climb on board whether you make it or not, man. One thing I'm definitely scared of is that eventually, I'm going to make money doing this. Eventually, I'll make a modest living doing comedy. I'll make a modest living doing this podcast. One day. Don't know when that's going to come. Might not even come. But if it does, when it does, I'm afraid that I'm going to find out who my real friends are. A lot of people in this town want to latch on to your success after you've built it. Nobody really wants to be on board during the process, unfortunately. That's a damn shame. But if you got friends that are in the arts, support them. You can't support everybody, but everybody can support someone, you know. And I have nothing but thanks and all the shout outs to Alan Peterson, to Elizabeth Mox, to Ashley Thomas, to Selena Adrian, to my brother Luke Bassi, to Kristen Renee Mothersbog, to any of the other patrons and Lavana, that I guess because she hollered for $1 recently. Thank you. You guys, just you 6 people that are helping this going. I don't know what to say. It just, thank you. I certainly wouldn't be able to do this now. Because it's not much, but it's something. It's enough to get up to 6 hours a month of content out, and just doing the content and just getting it out there. And that's all I want to do. I was limited with the free version of Buzzsprout, the distribution. I can never say that word. The distribution site for podcasting. There's a free version of it where you get 2 hours a month, and there's like other tiers where like $12 a month is 3 hours and $18 a month is 6. And I'm at the $18 mark where I can just get it out there, and I can't thank you guys enough. You guys mean the world to me right now. And I'm so happy that even just a few people are able to help me do this. And I can't thank you guys enough. I could cry right now. I could cry, but I'm not going to cry on camera right now because I'm a man, damn it. There's only anger and apathy. That's it. That's it, and that's that. Choo-choo, bitches. The train's moving. We jacked off, and we're going to keep it rolling, man. Thank you guys so much.